right, moving on to item number 2, review of a development agreement and plans for 586 Gravity Court, and then we will consider an appropriate motion for action. Zeke, you wanna first, me first, how do you wanna go this
You
one?
go ahead and I'll back for now.
This came before us how long ago, about a month, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
It was a conversation this board had, it's been through, back and forth a few times through plan commission, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I don't have an exact time frame on the process, Mr. Chronic, what can we say, 24 months roughly since the very start of the conversation?
Yeah.
It is, again, since we're all about full transparency, I've known Mr. Chronic over the years, and I wanna just put out there, he's a very, very detailed individual, so when I say that about the 24 months, I'm not trying to be joking or malicious or in any fashion. He's just a gentleman who crosses every T 3 times and dots every I 3 times. And in my opinion, that's what we want here in the village of Waterford. So Zeke has worked tirelessly. Tracy has worked tirelessly on behalf of this. Matt has worked tirelessly. I applaud everybody for getting to this point. I think this is a really great night for Mr. Chronic and for the village of Waterford. So with that, Zeke and Matt have kicked back the developers agreement once or twice here, and I think Zeke and I have spoken. I think we are to a spot that we are good with the developers agreement. I believe Mr. Chronic is good where it sits, unless you have some things you want to.
Just to clearly communicate with him, so what we're talking about is incorporating your edits. That's the version I put into the packet.
Your edits are what we, yes, agree upon.
Could we do a quick page turn?
Absolutely. So throw it, you take it, Zeke.
Page 33, you've got Matt's handwriting in red, no objections to what he's talking about there. Page 35, he's got an address correction, no objection there, so changing course on crossing 36. I used Dr. Lenz's as the previous
Yeah,
one. Just
I saw there was.
I did a very fast version of this to get it over to take a look at, so you're getting the intermediate copy. Page 36, we discussed orally depositing grading spoils onto the site south of Spanky. We've allowed other developers to do that. I think that's fine.
Short haul.
Yep. Page 38, he's changed Mike Lenz's name to its own. That's obviously important. We had discussed reimbursement of a site survey cost under section 14. He's included it there. I would not put the reimbursement of $40,000 of grading in that section. I just think it's the wrong section. Page 41, I don't know what you meant there. Examples, question mark. So there's just fees that are standard fees for, whatever with impact fees, and then whatever the actual review costs are for civil engineering and then building permitting. They just are what they
I
are.
just didn't know what it was.
And it totally depends on the project, so
Okay.
I don't have a set number to say, hey, it's this, it'll be whatever it works through as.
Based on cubic footage or value.
Yep. Page 43, accept the correction to 2026, I would tell you we should probably change it to 2027. Otherwise I think you're gonna get nailed, so we'll go one more year beyond because of where it's gonna fall construction date wise.
And we had talked about that the last time we met,
Yeah.
Mr. Chronic, do you remember, we
Yeah.
were talking about, depending on when we got to
Yeah.
this date,
Yeah.
that
I
we
would
may
change it to
change that to
27.
December
Okay.
31, 2027.
Yeah.
I agree with Zeke, I think that's probably the wise decision
Yeah.
if you're good with that.
And then the last one, page 44, $4,000 for 10 years starting in 27, yeah. No, I'm good with that too.
I just have one question. You weren't present at the plan commission meeting, and is the inside of the building step by 4 foot for truck docking?
No, it's just that the grade is so great that in the design working with my architect, you have parking lots at both ends without a steep grade. It was determined that to drop at where the building is divided, two 9,000 square foot buildings really attached with a shared wall. That's where we drop it 4 feet, and it just saves a ton of headaches.
Instead of just using the rear masonry wall of the building as a retaining wall and keeping it all at one level?
there's a parking lot and entrance on each end, so
So
there
you got
isn't.
one up high, and you got one down low, you
I
got
think
traverse.
I think he'd have $100,000 wrapped within retaining wall, given how that grade shifts, and I might be wrong
I'm
about
just
that.
saying, that we've
Yeah.
done it where you put up a building wall, and
Yeah.
it's a grouted masonry wall, and it'll retain the earth,
Yep.
and then the building's all at one level, but, and you just contour around the back of the building instead of having the contour follow through the building like you, it's fine, I have no objection to it, it just struck me as
Yeah,
A little odd.
difficult.
but
Yeah.
with the short entry, wouldn't the grade be very steep on the north end? If you're saying keep it all the same height?
Well, you just cut the lot out and leave the high side of the lot around the
Yeah.
back of the building, but.
Well, let's talk some other time, I'll get
No,
over
no,
here.
let's don't talk.
No,
No,
let's
that's-
not talk. I
let's
don't
go
wanna
through
change
the
the
plan
plan.
and
No, that's not
There was
the
a question,
plan.
there was a question a couple months
Yeah.
ago, at plan commission, that I was gonna address, but
Yeah.
it didn't come up. I love the building, and it's fine the way you wanna build it. It just struck me as odd that you
Yeah.
would retain the earth inside the building instead of outside, but either way, I love it.
The development agreement provides if you wanna make that edit afterwards, I can sign off on it, but, I mean.
There is no reason to change up the
Okay.
plans now.
Yeah, so I think you guys are onto something. I endorse you two talking about the project he's gonna do after this one.
Okay, great.
Oh.
How does that sound?
Hopefully it's on a flat lot.
There we go. I think that's a great idea, seriously.
Just a question I had, that was all.
Call
I just wanted to share that, this was just my chicken scratch, and if you guys pass this tonight, I probably still was advised to have,
that's fine.
okay,
Yeah, if
It would-
there's a legal and grammatical edit, that's an okay thing.
okay,
If it's a substantive edit, it'll need to
Sure.
reroute back around.
okay.
I'd like to make a motion to approve, with the caveat that the development agreement get edited before you sign it.
Okay.
Second,
I'll second that motion.
give it to Tammy.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other questions or comments or conversation on this topic? This is a big day.
I know, I was just looking at Tracy back there.
Tracy's smiling, Mr. Chronic smiling. This is 24, 26, maybe 28 months. Maybe I was off a little. It's been a lot of work to get to this
Yeah.
point. So, with that being said, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, development agreement is approved. Moving on to item number 3, consider a motion to adopt resolution 1040-112425, authorizing the sale of 586 Gravity Court to Matthew Chronic.
Need a motion in a second,
Yeah.
this was just statutory, you have to approve.
We have to approve the developers agreement first and this is second, so.
So moved.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other conversation or comments before we cross the finish line with Mr. Chronic? All right, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right,
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
doing that.
thank you, Tim.
thank you, Mr. Chronic.
Staff.
Very happy for you that we got to this point, and for the Village of Waterford, your building will definitely be one that is noticed by many, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor.
All right, moving on. Consider a motion to convene into executive session pursuant to Wisconsin State Statutes, section 19.851C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility. And then for full transparency to all here and all at home, we are continuing our discussion on the annual performance review of our village administrator, Mr. Jackson. So with that, I'm looking for a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, Rachel?
Nash.
Aye.
Polna.
Aye.
Jaskey.
Aye.
McReynolds.
Aye.
Dunham.
Aye.
Hubert.
Aye.
All right, we are in closed session. Thank you guys for waiting. I know it's a big disappointment, but there is nothing to act on from closed session after this, at this meeting. So, before I look for an adjournment motion, I wanna wish you both a happy Thanksgiving, to you and your families, have a great holiday, and to everybody else out there. On behalf of myself and the board, we wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and a great holiday. So I am now looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, any more conversation or question?
No.
All right, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the meeting is adjourned at 8:11 PM.